evening and welcome to AliBaba Seriously. It's the show that comes to you live from the network studios of NTA in Lagos here. Okay, AliBaba is the name for, it's a user-friendly name. You see this fruit is called the Agbalumo fruit. This fruit comes in a season, and it comes in the Big Brother season. Every time there's Big Brother, this fruit comes. Yes, it's Agbalumo. It's supposed to come during Harmattan, and it comes during Harmattan. Now, I want federal government to make a law that anybody that sells Agbalumo that tastes like a cow should be arrested. There's no reason why all these malams that sell this Agbalumo, if you tell them it's sweet, they say, well, lie, it's sweet, it passes sugar. You taste this Agbalumo and you nearly throw up. Now, there's no reason why you should be licking Agbalumo and be squeezing your face. Anyway, the show is not about Agbalumo today, but I just need to mention this is something that we all look forward to once every year. And we cannot be looking forward to something once every year, and people are selling. SON need to begin to come and look. There should be NAFDAC number now, so that if the Agbalumo is not sweet, it should be half the price. If it's sweet, it should be more than the normal price. Please, we can't keep this up. It's beginning to be annoying. All right.
But we have Agbalumo low sugar.
Which Agbalumo low sugar?
Every year there's different kind of Agbalumo, but there are some will be sweet, some will be low sugar. Some will just tell you Agbalumo. Nitric acid, that one burn fat. Yeah.
Somebody is owing me Agbalumo.
Is it
sugar? No, sugar. Sugar, Akin Sugar.
Oh.
He's been owing me that Agbalumo for the past 4 years. He promised me that he was going to bring me Agbalumo. Akin Sugar, if you are listening.
He left to fetch it at that time too.
All right. And then there are several things that are happening now.
Yeah.
We're celebrating the governor of Ogun State at 60. All right. We're celebrating our qualification for the finals of the Chan Cup. The home Super Eagles. The home Super Eagles qualified.
Yes, they did.
Yes, they did. Then Big Brother started.
Yeah.
Big Brother Nigeria.
And your son is there.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. He won the first car of the AliBaba Spontaneity. D1.
D1 is in the house? Oh, okay. That's good.
He's an inmate. Wonderful guy.
Inmate or housemate?
Housemate. That guy, you know, he stayed with me for a while.
He was an inmate with you too?
He stayed with me for a while. He was staying in my house. In fact, first time I took him to church was when he was salvated. You understand? He was salvated.
What's salvated?
When you meet Christ. Past tense of salvation.
All right. I have to deal with this nearly every this, but we're succeeding bit by bit. There was something else that happened this week. Obasanjo wrote a letter. Was it last week? Obasanjo graduated too. Obasanjo had his PhD. He read for the PhD. He read and passed.
The teacher that taught Obasanjo, the teacher that respected the students.
No,
so do you understand?
No, I heard this, and this is true. They said Obasanjo went to class one time. When Obasanjo got there, and the teacher was not in class. Obasanjo sent the teacher out. Don't you ever come here to class again. You can't keep people here because we are students. And
he was the first person to give a teacher assignment. You to take it on branch or bring it back tomorrow.
And then it's a busy week. Ekweme is late to rest. It will be late to rest this week. Former Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Met him in Owerri.
Was that why they sang that song, the one that is popular now?
Which one?
Ekweme, 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 Ekweme. There's something like that.
I love you too. Okay, sorry, Helen Paul is in the...
People will think you're talking to the cameraman. As you said now, one caller for Canada said, I said it.
All right. Okay. So we're laying him to rest, and then we lost a friend too. The sports chairman of the sports, the special advisor of sport, Deji Tinubu. We play football together. Awesome guy, great sport analyst, great sports administrator. We lost him just 2 days ago.
May his soul rest in peace.
Yes, and then we also laid to rest my nephew, Orao, Madam's son.
Wow.
Who passed on in Canada. His body was brought back, and we laid him to rest. The thing is that we just wish the Orakusi family got strength, and so that they can bear the loss. All right. There's something that's happened. What did Bush do? No, not Bush.
Who is that?
Okay, they're having this AU meeting, and our president went to speak. It's on corruption and all of that, and they invited some corrupt officers. They didn't go in Addis Ababa. That's where AU is now, African Union.
When you are talking about leaders and you're putting corruption, I don't know what you're talking about. No. Because you know you are immune. To even lock me up, you don't even need to shout. Just send address via text. I will call myself. I don't want issue.
All right, no. And then something else happened this week. Something happened this week that really blew me away, and it was the killing of 6 gorillas. And I heard that it was in Saple, where they had killed several before. I think the problem with us is either education or lack of it. We kill all these animals, and in other countries, people are making monies from them. People are paying to go see them. And after the first incident happened, the state government should have said, okay, let's build a reservation area and keep these animals in those places so that people can come there and see them and watch them, feed them, in fact, interact with them and have some natural moment with them. But no, they didn't do that. But after a while, I now thought about it. I said, what am I talking about? They killed animals, and I'm complaining.
Yeah, because they killed dogs, so I don't know why you didn't complain.
No. They killed people, and the government didn't do anything. So what are we talking about? Why are we talking of gorillas?
I mean, and the gorilla, they even killed one family. They just wiped one family out, which is very, very heartless. You know, the small one resembled the dad. The small gorilla. It is very,
gorillas are gorillas. There's no resemble that or resemble this thing.
Well, you know, it's the same family. You understand? It is an heartless situation which will be condoned by the federal government. What's our government doing? Those gorillas, they are human beings like us, and they. Oh, have you not seen them? Have you not seen the collection? Did you know? No. Have you seen a female gorilla? The same ant for scratching.
All right. Well, that's this, and then so, ladies and gentlemen, we're not alone. I have MC Prince, and I also have DJ Nana. DJ Nana, how are you? How are you doing? Who are we celebrating today? One Day Cold. Do you remember any One Day Cold song?
Yes. So
which one? I remember one. Iskapa. Iskolobuti. Iskolobuti.
That song is that song as a soundtrack for a movie. It's Sakaba.
Is what?
Yes, it's Sakaba. At Iskab.
What's Sakaba?
It's Sakaba. It's Sakaba.
There are several songs. One Day Cold has been known for hit songs back to back, and they call it the Black Diamond. The guy. In fact, what I'm wearing now is how he is when he's not dressed.
As have you seen the One Day Cold? It's WhatsApp profile picture. If you click on it, you think your phone switched off. It was that black.
All right, we're going to celebrate One Day Cold. Yes, so a classical song from Simon Keys. Simon Keys, classical song. I know this one. Asha.
Yeah.
There's fire on the mountain. and everybody seems to be on the run. There is fire on the mountain top, and no one is running. There's fire on the mountain, and I think a lot needs to be done in our educational sector so that people's minds can be upgraded and educated. We'll be right back after this break. AliBaba, seriously.
January 1st concert, produced by Bumi Davis.
Do you know Yoruba man and his car are one? They're not separate entities. So that's why you hear Yoruba man say, "Tire miti baje." My tire is bad, not the car tire. If you hit a Yoruba man and he's telling the police, "Ogba mini, he hit me," you didn't hit the car, you hit him. Do you know what even drives it home? If you're driving with your wife in the car and you run into a pothole, bagam, the wife says, "Pele baba jemo." The woman greets the husband as if he was the one that entered the pothole. If you steal a Yoruba man's car, you have done him in. I know a Yoruba man that they stole his car. He was mute for 2 weeks. Somebody said, "Ah, kilo de." Chekosi. When they found the car, I said, "Ah, Ogbemi moto ni." I know some of you have seen this video where a man's car was towed by LASMA. He removed his clothes, laid in front of them, and said, "You will kill me first before you carry this vehicle." They left him home. It's important that you know that a man's car and him are one. But I tell you, the people that even appreciate the monies more, not for the car, but for what you can do with the monies, are our wives. My wife doesn't like me traveling, especially during Hamatan. "Oh no, the planes are not flying well, oh, this one, that one." Then they called me for Dogara's birthday. I said, "Baby, Dogara's birthday in Abuja." He said, "No, the weather is very bad." So I told her how much they were paying. He said, "Won't you go by road like this?" At other times, no, women know value of, and truly, I must say, ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause to my wife. I don't know where she's. Where's she? Babes? Where's she? She's somewhere selling tickets. I used to keep dogs. And then I married her. She's Calabar.
AliBaba's January 1st concert, produced by Bumi Davis. AliBaba's January 1st concert, produced by Bumi Davis.
I've been asked to talk about the man they call Oshoko, Ayo, Dele, Peter, the Rock, Fayoshe. I don't know, your TV might be different from my TV, but on my TV, if I have seen Ayo 100 times on TV, not only 6 times I see on the Commission Road. The rest 94, he was cursing Buhari and APC, and another full 100, he was always buying things on the road of Ado-Ekiti. The only man that identified with Nnamdi Kanu from the West, my fear, like I said, they do this Biafra, Ekiti would have been like Madagascar in Africa. Because Biafra go just there on their own on the east, then Ekiti will now stand alone as an appendage to Biafra. By the way, you Biafra people, stop it. Just stop it, don't stress us. Because some of us marry from that side. And when we marry, we didn't have plans to have half-caste children. If we wanted half-caste, Lebanese everywhere. Please, don't try that. More so now, you want to stress us in this Lagos now, want to do show and bring flavor and fino. They will now turn international artists overnight. Please, stop it. Stop it. As I said about Ayodele Peter the Rock before I take my seat, every time my own worry about him, he's always buying things on the road. And he says he wants to be our president. Imagine him buying all those things on a national level. Every state he go, they buy something. Every state he go, they buy something. They buy something. My problem now is anywhere he buy, he test the thing. He buy as soon as they dish up, they chop am. He buy orange, you know they put am for back, carry go house, they suck am there. Even go carpenter shop, he won't buy furniture, he nail am. Waiting go come happen if he pass Allen Avenue. Thank you very much.
AliBaba's January 1st concert.
Hey, hi, how are you? I'm trying to set myself up properly because of the next person I'm talking to. You see, a lot has been said about our youths. People said the youths are not prepared to take power. People said the youths are not ready to contribute to the growth of the country, development of the nation. People don't believe that the youth should be entrusted with power. So many people believe that the future that the youth is supposed to take over still has to be managed by the adults. I don't understand. We see new trends now. In France, someone under 40 is a president. In America, okay, forget America. In other climes, people are beginning to take position. If you look at the businesses that are growing right now, they're managed by the youth. What is happening to our Nigerian youth? Why are they not empowered? What is stopping them from taking their place? What is it that is holding them back? All of these issues we're going to discuss today. You see, I have a friend here. He and another guy have been working together to empower, appreciate, and recognize the youths that are contributing greatly to the development of Nigeria. Recently, he was privileged, and it was a great honor indeed for Nigeria as a country when he spoke in the presence of the former president of the USA, President Barack Obama, and did not only speak. Obama did not only clap, he gave him a standing ovation. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Debola Williams. How are you?
Good, good.
He's a red cap chief. How have you been?
Great. I think we used to say good morning. It's not good evening on the show.
No. Now we say good evening, yes, good night, and good morning. We still say all three.
Good evening, good night, and good morning.
Good morning.
On the AliBaba Seriously.
AliBaba Seriously.
Thank you for having me.
In fact, this show is anything but serious. This show is anything but serious. How have you been? You're always traveling. What are the things that take you out of Nigeria?
So first, we do work across the continent. So
Okay.
so Red, which is the group company.
Okay. Red Media, right?
Yeah, so Red is the group.
Okay.
Red.
Okay.
And then under Red, you have Red Media Africa,
Okay.
which is the communication company,
Okay.
focused on corporate. You have Statecraft, which is the communication company focused on government and nations,
Okay.
which is the one that does the elections
Okay.
and then helps governments build legacy and trust to people.
Sure.
And then you have the development company where you have the future project, the future awards.
Okay.
And then you have the content company, which is the Generation Y company, where you have
Okay.
Robin Minds, the
Okay.
Ebuka
Yes,
One,
on TV,
YNiger.com, and Church Culture, and all of those companies. So usually I'm out, whereas across the continent mostly, and around the world, as a consultant for clients who want to get access into Africa. With marketing strategies, finding their target audience and all of that. Because I'm out on the continent because of statecraft,
Okay.
for nations who want to engage, with the young people, candidates.
The bottom line of all of this is
Yeah.
to shape opinions and
yes, I mean to
inform
basically use media to re-engineer society, you know, across the board. And our primary focus is always young people. But then, you know, when you deal with youth, you know, those before them look up to them. People like you are engaged with young people, so you end up dealing with everybody, even though your focus is young. And of course, I travel because people also invite me as a thought leader to speak. You know, the Obama one, I was in Abu Dhabi last week speaking at the Zayed Energy Prize. So we're also going about sharing, you know, stories from Africa.
What's the future of Nigerian youth?
What is the future of Nigerian youth? That's one very loaded question. It's here.
Yes,
you know.
Exactly.
I think if you look around you, you would see the innovation of young people. You would see the passion of youth. One of the biggest exports for Nigeria at the moment, you know, is entertainment.
Sure.
Purely powered by young people, you know, at the moment. Foundation, of course, by the older people, you know, so the old people like Uncle AliBaba, Uncle Lalo Kings, old people like that, you know, and then now you have the energy of youth bursting, you know, and their music, especially is traveling
to push the envelope and push the boundaries.
The biggest, I like to say the currency for this generation is talent.
Okay.
Talent is the currency for this generation. There's a time when you look forward to getting to the 9-to-5, the white-collar jobs.
Okay.
You know, now those don't appeal to people anymore. What appeals to this generation is talent. So even when you're doing corporate, everybody wants to be some sort of superstar.
Okay.
So there is a new drive, you know, to succeed and shine anywhere you find yourself.
Okay.
And the interesting thing about this generation is that we're the generation who learned to create something out of nothing.
Okay.
You know, Tara built her business, you know, from ground up. We built Red without loan, without money from any godfather, without money from anywhere, from ground up. Funke Bokno, Sahid Juma in Kano, you know, Abdul Karim Babaminu in Abuja, Oroima Igome in Port Harcourt. All of these young people, you know, they've learned to self-sustain. And so the future for me is a future where you eventually get to a point where these young people get to be in different, you know, decision-making offices,
platforms.
both private sector, public sector, on a national level. And because they've come from a point where they understand how to manage resources to get the best result, they are able to translate that to manage the resources of our nation and get better results than where we are now. You know, I contrast them with the current set of politicians, and I say that the challenge is you have people who, many of them haven't built anything. All they've done is to build relationships and community galvanizing all their lives, you know, politicking. And so, therefore, they see this whole system as a game.
Okay.
You know, the human beings are just like, you know, the puzzles. They're just like the pawns.
Yep.
You know, for them, the goal is to gain power and to retain power. For us, the goal is to grow, is to develop. So which is why when I travel, you know, these days I go to Dubai and sometimes I'm inspired, sometimes I'm depressed.
Depressed, more like, yes.
I'm depressed because I think to myself, I say, somebody went around the world with his father and came back and thought, I can make my home like this. And I want the world to come to my home. Everything in that place is created. I didn't like Dubai for a long time because it was too artificial for me. But then it's making a huge box of money. And so somebody went and thought, on the other hand, someone from my place goes and thinks, oh, it would be nice to own 3 houses here.
Yeah.
Oh, it would be nice to own this whole Champs-Élysées.
Okay.
It would be nice to own the whole of Sheikh Zayed.
And takes the money that's supposed to use to develop his own place.
And goes there. And so the reason why media is so important is that the thing we were talking about with the gorillas is that nations prime their people to value what is important.
Okay.
Nations prime their people to be, to become, to have a level of understanding. If nobody has primed that man in, where is it, by what you say?
In Sapele.
In Sapele, no one has told him
The value
of that. So you cannot blame him.
Economic value of
Nobody
it.
has told him.
Sure.
You know, look at the guys who went to Libya, for example. Hope is such a powerful tool. There is nothing and no one more powerful than an inspired, empowered human being who has hope. The guys who went on that journey to Libya, they went because they were hopeful that when they get to Libya, things will be different. That is what the media has sold to them for a long time. The media has said that the destination is America. The destination is the UK. I mean, the first time we all wanted to go to America, we watched American films. It was the media. The media is what literally controls the world. And so no one, you know, consensually, intentionally, is using these tools, you know, to prime the people towards it. And that's because there is no vision. But you have a group of young people now in the country who have a vision for themselves and have a vision for their nation. So when you ask me what the future is, the future from when we started the Future was 12 years ago. Our vision was that in 20 years' time from when we started the Future Awards, that we would have the guys, our alumni, our nominees, our friends in high places. It's 13 years in the journey, and we're having quite a number of them, you know, running for offices, leading business sectors from the Tarafala Toys, you know, and so on and so forth. It's Jason Njoko's doing amazing work in technology to Boston Tijani and a lot of these guys. In another 7 years, which will be about 2 more cycles of elections, these guys would stand up even more and be bolder and get into this.
If they are allowed, that is.
You see, at some point, it would no longer be about allowing anybody. At some point, because we own the tool.
No, let me tell you why I said if they're allowed. It looks like there is a concerted effort by those who are in power to make sure that that doesn't happen. Which is why they don't want electronic voting, which is why they don't encourage people to get PVCs and make it difficult for everyone to get PVC, which is why they like the godfatherism, and which is why education, because I figure that not empowering people is part of miseducation or lack of it. Because first of all, how would people understand the policies you're talking about if they are not educated? If they are not educated to discern who should be voted for?
Whoever is partaking of any of these largesse will definitely not want it to end.
Oh yes.
So it's not strange. You know, it's expected. It's expected. And so the work is that we continue to build a generation that their voices continue to be sharpened, and their passions continue to get, you know, more sharper. You know, their eyes is on the prize. Their anger is not raped. Rather, their anger is strategically positioned to be able to take over the things that we need to take over at the right time. And so time will happen. You know, and the right time is coming, which is why I said, you know, in another 7 years, where we see young people today will no longer be where we will see them. Because where we are now was not where we were in 2010. If you remember, before we had Enough is Enough March, you didn't see young people being this vocal, being this bold. When young people were doing advocacy, it would be cancer, it would be HIV, it would be this. After Enough is Enough, it changed. The velocity with which they will attack on Twitter, you know, the clarity with which they will engage on Facebook and those other platforms. You know, the fact that after Enough is Enough 2010, for the first time a sitting president came to Lagos to engage with young professionals. Because before then, what had happened was the student union were the guys who would always go and make noise. The young professionals never cared.
And get settled. Let me
so the format would be, they'll do this match, they get there, they say, who are your leaders? Even labor union too. Who are your leaders? You go in, they meet with your leaders, you all go home.
Divide and rule. And
what had happened was that the Future almost had built this critical mass of young people, giving them a sense of self, giving them dignity, giving them, you know, that idea and identity that, listen, you're powerful beyond measure. And so you had this burst of energy, this whole group of young people. I remember when MI came to Lagos and his first performance at the Future Awards, MI would say that, listen, you guys gave me a stage that broke me to Lagos, but that was not made me successful. He said, I sat in this room and I saw T.Y. Bello. I saw, you know, LD, I saw all of these guys, and it did something to my hand. I said, I am never going back to where I'm coming from. Because I've managed to get into this group of people, I will stay there. And so when we did that Enough is Enough March, we got there and they said, oh, who are your leaders? I remember Omotola replying them and saying, they are no leaders. We are all leaders. All of us mothers, wives, you know, we have work, we've come here, you come and meet us. And that changed the perception for young people. And that since then, government have been looking for young people. So for me, it's that there are stages. Occupy Nigeria, remember our nurse Abanbo until he was sacked. So there are milestones. Bring back our girls. You know, what the government sometimes confuses is that they think that when you're doing advocacy, you know, they think it's against one government and it's in support of, they do not know that this is for the people. You know, and for us, because you see, politicians will always be friends with themselves. They will always support themselves. I was speaking at this church, TPH, on Sunday, last Sunday. And before we spoke, they were singing Temi Dakolo's song. And the chorus, we are all we have, we'll defend our... And they cried to me that indeed and indeed, we are all we have. And for politicians, they are doing nothing wrong. They are all they have. So they have to band together after they look like they fought. Because they are all they have. Yes, so the earlier we on this side realize that we are all we have and focus on how to convince each other to be on the same boat.
Yes.
And then together, fight whatever at any point in time we think has become, an albatross on our neck, the better for us.
Sure. Good. Thank you so much. But there's one more thing before you go. What can be done beyond the several projects that you are involved in? What can be done to move the youth, the present youth, from their state of mind to aspirational expectations that we have? What can be done for them?
I think that more young people who found their voice need to do a lot more in inspiring the young people they have access to. I try to make it a point of duty with my own platforms. I think that we have a little bit of a challenge. So let me just quickly use, when we were doing the Future Awards, it was like the only platform people came to. Now, social media has democratized that information. Sure. But the challenge now is that because social media has democratized it, there are no criteria. No more criteria. So everybody and anybody is a role model.
Okay.
So what we need to now appeal to these influencers is that you must remember that people are following you.
Sure.
So you have a responsibility to educate yourself.
Okay.
You have a responsibility to have information so that when people are following, you're not leading them blindly and wrongly. That even when you lead them into something, let it be with conviction. So that even if some people think it's wrong, but it's with your conviction, then that's what it is. Everybody will have, a Hitler, for all you can say, Hitler was the leader, just that was a different leader. Sure. Everybody is the leader in their own right. And then we need to educate our young people. Whatever we can do to educate them. People are talking and they have absolutely no clue what they are talking about.
So they should be able to read, comprehend,
and act upon the
information that they got.
Yes. People need to task themselves. The time you spend on Twitter, how about you spend it on Google? How about you spend it on Wikipedia? How about you spend it, on research? Because the access is there. And at the end of the day, without your PVC, I coined something many years ago for an office that I've called RSVP. Okay. It was simple. I said to myself, when you're going to a party, they'll tell you RSVP. If you don't RSVP, they don't plan for you. They don't plan for you. Yeah. So we say in a country, RSVP, 10 million people vote. 10 million people have registered that they are coming to the party. But there are 200 million people that want you to cook for them. Okay. Give them chairs, give them drinks.
And only 10,000 people will determine this thing for all the other people. So and whatever they decide is binding on everybody.
So if you want them to plan for you, you first start by voting. Part of why you are disconnected and you are not even angry about the state of the nation is that you are in a state of apathy where you've said, what, it's none of my business. I'm not going to vote. I'm not going to this. I'm not going to that. When you vote, you will have the anger to demand of the people you have contracted to supply you governance, because that's what government is.
They were the ones that
it's a contract.
This person. Yes.
And then Africa has a history where you give contractors money, they don't show up. So you need to go to the site all the time to check that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. So you've already given these guys your resources. Because once they enter government, they've already taken your money, they've taken your oil, they've taken everything. You now need to be the contractor who will make demands so that they can supply you with what they promise to supply you. So you need to get your PVC. You need to register, select carefully. Don't worry. Now people will say, there's nobody to vote for. Just get the gun. Just hold it. The people, just hold your gun. Hold your red card. The people will come. They're coming. Yeah. The people will come before that time. And then I say, final thing is, I tell people that voted for the current president now, do you know that out of the 16.something million people, at least 10 million people have voted for him for 16 years? They've stayed with him. All the 3 times he lost, they stayed with him. What are you staying behind? Because sometimes it will not happen overnight.
Because that 10 million people will still vote for him again. And if you don't add your votes to the people that want him out,
or whoever you're with, or so anywhere you are, you need to stay with an ideology and focus and zero in there. And then imagine if people say, we want to vote for somebody else, or want to vote for if 20 million people want President Mahmoud, right? I say, let's just get our PVC and vote for him. You put him in. If you want AliBaba, if 20 million say, let's waste our vote on AliBaba, let's waste it. Let's even call it a waste. 20 million people. Will it be a waste?
It won't.
And then even if he doesn't win, something the people can say, AliBaba got a whole 5 million votes.
Of course.
The game will change. Parties will do mathematics in the next election. That man that has 5 million votes. Because it's all mathematics.
Dynamics has changed.
Politics is mathematics. Before they give you any ticket, they are looking at, do you have social capital? How much political capital do you have? You know, how much goodwill? What do you have? How much base? What is your base? So when they do all those, it's from southwest, from south. It's because they are looking at bases. And the final thing, I think I said final thing some minutes ago, but I say this final one, is that in certain parts of the country, and I mean, I read this now about Turkey, for example. Somewhere in Turkey, they had these 2 tribes, and suddenly they realized that this tribe was procreating, and very soon they had too many people who vote in maybe like 20 years, and they will win power. You know what this one said? They made a decree, start giving birth.
But you know that thing happens right now.
That's what I'm saying, but people don't know it's happening.
But people don't know.
People are not focused on it.
Right now, you have people in the south who are saying, don't have more than one child. Don't have, but in fact, you can't marry more than one wife.
Yes.
In fact, you can marry a man. A man can marry a man, so there's no child.
Yes.
So, but then, up or not,
yes,
you have people who are marrying 4 wives.
Systemically,
yes,
you can marry at 13. No education to aspire.
Just produce them.
No education to aspire. So there are people available for marriage. By age, you can marry from 13. By religion, you can marry more than one. So there are many, so there are many things in the system that actually makes that a possibility.
Of course.
So it's a systemic arrangement.
Anyway, talking with you will take a long time. I understand you're supposed to be on a flight out of Nigeria shortly. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming. Now, we have a group that had been here before. They just released the music video for their new entry into the music market. But before they do that, we'll do a special performance from them. They've been here before, like I said. Awesome musicians. And you will remember them with the ladies and gentlemen, who present Infinity.
My soul, the Lord is my shepherd. I no go fear. I no go fear. As I dey go, as I dey come. Obonge Baba nai asaf, in not the sleep, in not the slumber.
Infinity. Can you do that part, that chorus part?
Bejami lójú pali, Bejami lójú pali, bọ́tà bá fẹjọ́ mi sùn wọ́n lójú dozen. Bejami lójú pali.
Please, Infinity is made up of 3 people. The guy at the back, director, please. This guy at the back is not part of the group. Please.
Infinity and beyond.
But the color is Infinity. Nice. He's beyond.
That is, it's beyond madness. What do you have with it,
Infinity Plus.
All right. So how are you guys?
Very well.
How that's nearly like 3 months of working on this video.
Yes. We thank God at the end of the day came out very well.
Did very well. What was the name of the director again?
Frizzle Films.
Freedom Bizzle.
Many thanks to the king.
Awesome. Yes, keep playing it. Keep playing it. Thank you.
Our accuser of the brethren. We don't know what we did.
No. Let me tell you one thing.
He wanted our heads.
No, I wanted more than that. The useless lawyers. You know some lawyers who put you in trouble. See, there are some cases that some lawyers know that they can't handle, but they won't say no. There's no lawyer that you tell today that I have a case that will say, no, you have a bad case. They will always say, oh, nah. By the time we say section 2, section 42, we will win the case. And they'll, hey, imagine these people, I should have locked them up.
The lawyer that will go for my cousin's case, they locked both of them up. both the lawyer and my cousin. He just said, "Oh, she won't go back. Oh, they be giant."
So, I will say, is this a single one, or is there more tracks? Are there more tracks coming?
Definitely more tracks coming. We hope definitely maybe at about the third quarter of the year we'll be releasing a proper body of work.
Okay.
We are building up to that.
Okay. In the video, there were 4 guys.
Yes.
Yes.
Where's the other guy?
He's in the US right now.
Okay, you guys didn't get visa.
No, he went with his family for a short vacation.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So, what's it called? What should people be looking forward to now that you guys are back on the scene? Because
Yes,
you took a real...
we're off the scene for a long time. So right now we're back in the scene. We want to re-emphasize what we do and the excellence of what we do.
Okay.
So we'll keep churning out
gospel
good
music
stuff.
and
Yes,
inspirational
we'll keep churning
spiritual
out-
songs. Okay.
We'll keep churning out good stuff. There's something coming up in the works. Let me just say it's addressing what's happening in the country right now.
Okay.
You know, it's giving people hope.
Okay.
You know, so
Like Debola said, hope is something that people can feed on.
yes.
And we're always about putting out music that has meaning to people. It's not just about making a beat and putting.
There's one other song that you have that is really popular as well.
Yes. Àìmọ̀lá ẹ̀dá ló mú ẹ̀dá ṣàníyànlá. Ọlọ́run ti ṣèlérí ọ̀rọ̀ bàbá kò níyẹ̀. Àìnígbàgbọ́ ló mú ẹ̀dá ráròpin. Bí òkú fò tí ọ̀sásá òtítọ́ wà láàyè. Ìgbàgbọ́ ni orísun ohun gbogbo. Ayé yìí kò mọ̀ rí. Ayé ò lè fẹ́ni tó ní gbàgbọ́ bá ayé ò lè. Ayé yìí kò mọ̀ rí o. Ayé ò lè fẹ́ni tó ní gbàgbọ́ bá ayé ò lè.
Don't join them, don't spoil the songs. People are saying this song and ending it well. You are joining them.
This song is
I like to sing off key. We're good.
okay. This song that year, you guys, because I wonder where you get your inspiration from.
Really? Do you want to know?
I wonder where they're getting
This song we got inspiration for hunger.
Hunger.
No, literally we were very hungry. And look at ourselves and say, is this life this hard? It's not this hard now.
Seriously. At one particular time, there was a Christmas we didn't have food. Sam actually cooked chicken with kerosene.
I didn't know previously we put kerosene in the keg we used to buy granite oil. So I went to use it to buy granite oil. So it was kerosene.
Yeah.
So you threw the chicken away?
No, we ate it with joy.
It was a new flavor, as in flavor chicken.
That's inflammable chicken. What?
After cooking the chicken.
No consequences.
How now?
No. If you realize, people that eat all these things, they don't get sick. Now we just chop butter food, and when you can't chop one, you can't be sick.
Can you imagine going into a restaurant? You have flavored chicken, kerosene chicken.
Kerosene flavored chicken.
No, we have diesel chicken.
Well, this one that the first cast is if you ask him, what he wants you.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. So we'll continue to be looking forward to you guys. I think our very first episodes here, we had you guys come on the show, and so and this second season you're here again. We'll be looking forward to bringing you here very often. We'll take a break now, and when we're back, I'm bringing on Tatafo, Helen Paul, and hey, what was that a video?
She has
don't put eyes somewhere. She'll be right back with us. Helen Paul will be with us.
First concert produced by Bumi Davis.
I want to review AliBaba. To tell you, say the economy of this country don't hard, AliBaba don't get restaurant too. I said, don't they sell food?
Easy. Buhari they talk about the other room. It is saying only in Sabit her other room. Since I born, waiting my daughter don't deprive me of the other room. And they talk say children don't know what that they do. If I hear her, all these children, some of them now grown adults with a born now. Because they say children don't know anything, they don't know anything. Why be saying now when I want hold the thing where I pay for? Those two things that are very juicy. At that time, my daughter they cry. Then my wife will come carry am, pull one for her mouth. Then the remaining one, I say, I use her to console myself. She will still come hold am. And as she they take and they play, and they say children don't know what that they do, she will come on mad for the one where she they can't look me. As I want verse, she go back. And they say children don't know what that they do. I don't know why they wake up unnecessarily. As I want my eye can't go the baby cut. You can't say your daughter don't sit down. They look you and your wife. Now that time they tell baby is looking. My wife will say, no, do what you want to do. She never know anything. To tell you, say these children know what that they do. She'll come stand up, come hold the cord, come do like this. Now you will be the man go come the feedback. More just leave this thing for another. For security reasons. Because now they talk about Bobrisky just now. O'Shea. Now they encourage them.
AliBaba's January 1st concert, produced by.
All right, so you're welcome back. It's still AliBaba Seriously, and that was we had Infinity and Beyond, and so we now we're having an awesome comedian, great MC, entertainer, event producer, school administrator, student, hustler par excellence, and all join. She's doing everything. Mother, wife, and businesswoman. She may not cut across to you as an entrepreneur, but ladies and gentlemen, please meet Helen Paul.
Thank you.
So first of all, how have you combined school and family?
You mean school as in my academy?
School as in you as a student.
Okay.
No, with the academy is hustling.
Yes.
So I'm talking of you as a student and then the family.
I'll say a big thank you to my husband.
Okay.
Because he's the one that actually likes school. But
he's a lawyer?
Yes, he's a lawyer. I just like to tag along. Okay. So I remember when we were dating, he would say to me that, well, I love a woman who loves to read. And I'm like, well, me, I don't love to read, but you can train me to love to read. Okay. So most times when he's going for any course, I would ask him, what can I do too, so that we can be busy
at the same time.
And I remember the first one he said was, oh, I'm going for my LLM. I said, what's LLM? He said, Masters in Law. I said, oh, really? Okay, can I do Masters in Theater? I said, yes. So all the registration running around, he did. So I just entered. So sometimes when I have assignment that are hard, I go to him now, bros, you like women that you do. This one. Come and see what you. So it would, and he loves literature, so he will read and explain it to me in my own layman language. Okay. Then I remember one time again, he said, oh no, I'm done. He finished with a 4 point something, and I finished with 3 points.
That's awesome.
3.7.
That's awesome.
3.57.
I'm not clapping for your 3. I'm clapping for his 4.1.
I try, sir.
No, 4.1, man. Awesome.
So when he said no, that he wants to go for every year he writes what he wants to do as a professional course. And I remember one time he wrote, and I saw his goals beside the window. He pasted it down. He wrote MBA. I said, okay, Tuni, MBA. He said, Masters in Business. And I said, we are going to do it together. And he said, no, you will go. I'm going to Lagos Business School, and it will be expensive for us. I said, oh yeah, look for a school that will not be expensive for me. Let me just know that when we get to, we'll discuss this thing together. Let me have an idea. So when you are saying assignment is hard, me too, I shall be shouting, assignment is hard. So it's more of play. I didn't know it would be so serious. So at the end, he chose Unilag, and he went for Unilag. Then I chose Ogbomoso, and I went for Ogbomoso. So we're always doing work together. How do you manage to go? Ogbomoso, do they have a satellite campus, or you go there? Yes, we have satellite campus on Ikeja Road. So every Saturday. So some early Saturdays I make it to class. But
where are you pursuing your PhD?
University of Lagos. So, but I did my 2 masters in Ogbomoso, and I did 1 in Unilag. So I have 3 masters and a PhD.
That means you have 4 masters now. Your husband and then the other 3 masters. That's 4 masters.
No, plus the children. That's like 7 masters, sir.
And you still have a radio program?
Yes, sir.
And they say 2 masters can be in the same boat. you have 4. You broke a record, my sister.
You're a bad person.
So you have a radio show.
Yes.
What the Tatafo show, or what was it called?
Yes, I started off in Radio Continental. And later I moved to Niger FM. And later I moved to City FM. So now I have my own independent shows that I put on radio.
So now you record?
Yes, I record and just post it on.
So you record from your academy?
Yes, from my own studio. I have a studio now.
Yes, I've been there, and you have photographers, you have
yes, I have a photography studio, cinematography studio, editing studio, graphics studio, editing studios.
And you have a hostel as well?
Yes, I have a hostel in the school.
That's awesome.
So I don't want to say all of this. I want to come and play on your show.
No, I'm just saying this one first. Now then you have the Tatafo voice.
Yes.
And now you're going to play. Can you give a New Year talk to our listeners and our viewers at home? That's Tatafo.
Ladies and gentlemen, mommy and daddy, boys and girls, and my fellow friends, I'm here to talk to you from the AliBaba Seriously Show. It is New Year 2018. There are some things we children will not accept again. Number 1, no parent should pick our clothes for us. Let us have the opportunity to pick our clothes, because this time around we are preaching about change. So let us change things too by picking our clothes by ourselves. Number 2, please, if you want to discuss politics, don't discuss it at home. Discuss it in your office, because that's where problems take place. When you get home, give us chance to play and watch our banning. Number 3, I just want to say to you that you adults, sometimes you shout on us too much when you are the problem of yourself. Am I the one that said that you should leave mainland and move to island and start struggling to pay school fees? You will not be shouting on me. Number 4, I don't know what to say again, but I want to say to you, Happy New Year and God bless you.
Serious issues have been raised in that these days. They don't flog children anymore. They talk to them.
They shout on us.
Which do you prefer, shouting on you or flogging you as a child?
Just them to go and sleep.
When I was growing up,
yes, sir,
if my dad said, "You broke something, go and sleep," I won't sleep. Because so in fact, you make sure that you stay awake till you sleep with one eye, and then when the other one is tired, you change and sleep with the other eye. Go and sleep, okay? But they don't beat children anymore.
They even stopped beating me on time, because I remember.
What was the last time you were beaten as a child?
Like 8 or 9, sincerely. This happened to me, seriously. No, it's not local, sir. I flogged my mom back.
Mommy, Chief Akpobome, you can hear what is happening, Abi. You don't know how lucky you are, both of you.
She's used to. It's actually my grandma. You know, she's used to closing the door, and everyone will be begging, and I'm very troublesome.
You flog her.
So I'll be making noise. I used to make noise in Yoruba. Mommy Ajo, shadow me, and everybody will come. Mama, easy now. She's a child. Take it easy. Mama will say, no, I will beat her today. So that day, I don't know what happened. It wasn't even me that committed the sin. A girl was washing plates, and the thing broke. Bah. And Mama said because I was the one distracting the girl from, the plate she was watching.
So you were collateral damage.
So she locked me in a room and closed everywhere. People were like, it's not her. So I was angry with it. She was just flogging me with no counting. Nobody are giving you 6. You know, okay, I'm taking 4.
Flogging.
But this one everywhere, 4. So I couldn't do anything again. So me too, I just took the second cane that she wears. So immediately I did fear.
Train a child the way you should go. When she grows up, she will not depart from it.
The way I gave Mama fear, I just said no, dog, baby. She's very and she's like, I don't know. And like people like, so Mama just also put the dog back, just while running. Then I was with the kid. But
you know that is there's some. I had a teacher in primary school. Oh, I'm trying to remember his wicked name. This man will flog your uniform. That part that is khaki will become linen. Blood of God. And then one time I was going back home and I saw mobile policemen had just been introduced, 1976. They now started flogging him. If you see my teacher crying, just by Ojo Road, why he was shouting, why? I was laughing to me. I was having fun.
But they had to even call a family meeting, and they actually told Mama that the way you flog her is too much. So you are the one that made her, But I really say thank you to her because she
corrected you, Abi.
No, she taught me both ways.
Okay.
Mama is very nice, but at the same time when she's switching, she does it very hard, So I learned that part.
I just remember the song I was trying to remember.
Okay.
You can only see,
but you can never do, Bill. You can only see, but you never will, Bill.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, she's also a musician too. This hustling is real, Abi?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so when is the next graduation? You invited me to one graduation one time.
Okay, no, the next set
that was 2016.
That's 2016. We did 17.
You didn't invite me.
Sir, I don't want to take you for granted because I came to invite you for my April 21st event as my father,
If I don't go for any graduation, I will not go for any.
I will do it now.
You graduate people that have not finished.
No, they finished. They're supposed to do that, but they've not contributed their money.
Okay, they pay for graduation.
They will pay for their graduation gown. It's in school that will give them.
But why? Do people, aren't people supposed to own the gowns? Do they?
You can own, you can rent.
You're supposed to, like, my graduation gown is still in my wardrobe.
Sir, in your age, there was money.
All right, sir, we'll take a break. We'll take a break. When we come back, AliBaba seriously will continue.
January 1st concert produced by Bumi Davis.
Please understand that blind Bartimaeus was saved by a small child.
I don't come afford you not in low Snapchat.
How manage?
Below Cobams, one thing low, very sensitive.
Cobams?
Yeah, one thing low, sing. There isn't it now.
He wouldn't keep short even though he was weary.
Down with the back short one, he drew.
He screamed until his light came.
Olokparo, give me something light. Yeah, something like be fufu, akpu, eba, those light food.
Daddy, you need to understand that there is this manipulation that has caused the deviation from his original intention for his people in this present dispensation. That is why you and I require that reorientation that will provoke a radical reaction against every negative condition until they can all see the physical manifestation of their desired transformation in every ramification of their life and endeavor, even in this present practical dispensation. Help me tell them.
Thank you very much.
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please welcome yet another comedy prophet.
Happy New Year to everyone. Wonderful year. If you know that God has been faithful in your year, can you jam those hands together for God, please? Can you jam your hands together for God? If you know that God saw you through 2017, the one they call the King of Kings, the Ancient of Days, I am that I am, unchangeable changer, is that how much you want to clap for God? The one that kept you and your family. It's not because you are good, not because you are faithful. The ones the Yoruba call alagbada, you know, some calling alawo tele orun. The money mo yamora to mori omo tutu to mo you know. Can you jam those hands together for God? Welcome to a good year. For those that know me and those that care to know me, this is the prophet of the Most High God. And my anointing is different. I'm not a comedian. Comedians will come and crack jokes. I'm here to see vision. I have almost 14 prophecies for this year. Thank you, Father. But I'll release just 3. Yeah, I know why I want to release it, because it's not you that God called, it's me. A lot of people, I respect so many people, Pastor Adeboye, God called them. Bishop Oyedepo, God called them. But mine is different. I called God. So when they say, who called and who is the calling? There is no major entertainer in Nigeria that I have not prayed for. Let them come here. AliBaba was me on the mountain 2 days ago. I told him, your show, we said, I also pray for a man I so much love. He's on this table. I prayed, sir. Bàbá òfin mi ṣeré àbísà orí òkè láti parí iṣẹ́ bá gbàgbé má jẹ̀mú lórúkọ yẹn à ń bọ̀ mú wọ́ọ̀kì bàbá lò à ń bọ̀.
AliBaba's January 1st concert, produced by Bumi J.
All right, it's the AliBaba Seriously show, and we've come to the closing parts of the show. Today I want to talk about the opportunities that we let fly past. In a country where we have all sorts of potentials, from agric to educational to human capital, to it's amazing why we let a lot of these things slip by because we have oil. Why should we be killing gorillas when in Rwanda people pay close to 600 to 1,500 to see them? Tourists come into Rwanda just to see their gorillas and their apes and their chimpanzees and monkeys. But here in Nigeria, because of the poverty in the land and the lack of education and awareness, people are killing our gorillas and eating them as bushmeat. Meanwhile, when you kill a gorilla, the value of the gorilla ends there. But if you keep a gorilla in a reserve, you make a lot more money from the gorilla that could even feed a lot more people. Because when you have a reserve, there'll be drivers in the place, vet doctors, interns, youth corpers, people will be supplying the food to the place. There'll be engineers who work in the engineering department to make sure that the whole place is safe. You have horticulturists, you employ a lot more people in the place. But the value chain is ended when these gorillas get to be killed. So what I'm saying is that the authorities, our ministers for environment, ministers for agriculture, ministers for trade and commerce should begin to look at things like this. Since we're talking about alternative to oil, we should make sure that we really look at all the alternatives that we have. And it's not because we always have oil that we should be. Some people are just sitting down. Where are the groundnut pyramids? Is this kind of thing that killed it? Where are the timber in Sapele, AT&P, cocoa, and all of that? We need to begin to look at all those things now and begin to create value from the potentials that we have in Nigeria. That is our show for today. But before we go, we're going to celebrate one guy. His name is Wande Cole. Wande Cole is a hit maker, awesome musician, and he will sign us off as we toast to Adekunle Gold, another beautiful musician. And then we also toast to the governor of Ogun State, who turned 60. Have a wonderful week, and God bless you.